In our village, stories like this aren't that rare. Folks call it the lure. They say it's an old thing, older than our grandparents and their grandparents before them. And though we live in an age of smartphones and electric lights, people still vanish for hours into fields or woods, only to return as if a shadow had passed over them. I remember the tale of an old man named Simon. One winter evening, he was walking home from a neighboring village. He knew the way by heart. Across the field, through the small grove, then along the river and straight to the village. But that night, something drew him off the path. He thought he heard a woman's voice, soft and almost loving. At first he ignored it, but the voice came again, closer. His heart turned and he followed. He walked and walked, but suddenly realized he couldn't see the river, the trail, or even the faint glow of home. Just snowdrifts and the black wall of the forest. Simon wandered in circles, calling out, but only silence answered. It felt like minutes, but when he finally came to his senses, dawn was breaking. He was standing at the very edge of a deep ravine. One more step and he would have fallen. Folks said he hadn't been drinking, and he was never the type to scare easily. There was another tale about Martha, nearly 20 years ago. Early autumn, she went into the woods to pick mushrooms. It was a warm, bright day, and she got carried away. When the sun began to set, she decided to head home. But the forest had changed somehow. It felt heavier, and the familiar path had vanished. Everywhere she turned, the trees seemed to thicken, and the silence pressed on her ears until she thought she'd go mad. Terrified, she stumbled forward, praying and crying. She finally stumbled out onto a clearing in the middle of the night, scratched and sobbing, basket lost somewhere behind her. They said she was ill for weeks afterward, as though the forest had taken something from her. Old folks around here say this blinding enchantment, the lure, doesn't come for just anyone. It finds people whose hearts are slightly open to fear, sadness, or longing. Sometimes it tempts you with distant lantern lights. Sometimes it whispers in a voice like someone you've loved and lost. Sometimes it just pulls you silently off the road, as if by an unseen hand. Some who come back are never quite the same. They look haunted, speak little, or wake at night shouting. Others return strangely calm, as if they'd spoken to something they can't explain, and they never tell what they saw. Women here say to always carry something sharp, a needle, a pin, or a knife. They say if you feel yourself drawn off the path, prick your hand until you bleed. The spell fears human blood, or say aloud, I belong to the living, let me go. And sometimes they say, it really works.